Hello to my friends out there in YouTube land, it is your good buddy Philtastic Phil here, and welcome back to my channel. We're about to start part 2 of my video showing a tour of my LCS, Fat Moose Comics in Whippany, New Jersey. Before we do that, I just want to say a special thank you to everybody who checked out the first video and gave it a like, or even better yet, shared it. While you're seeing the second part, of course, if you happen to see anything that you like at Fat Moose, if something catches your eyes, please feel free to give them a call. Either Shawn or Justin, both good guys, would be more than willing to help you out. With that being said, let's go ahead and start part 2. So what else we got going on here? These are your trades?
Let's see. That's random trades. Dark Horse, IDW, geez, what else? Some image stuff, but the image stuff I gave it its own section here. I just, quite honestly, I haven't had a chance to finish it. I'm a busy guy. Busy making videos. Some toys here.
And if you
I'm sorry, highly collectible action figures, not toys.
And some pops?
Not a lot of pops. Actually, just sold a couple yesterday. I really only try to get the previews exclusives because otherwise you find pops anywhere you go. Can't swing a dead cat in this area without hitting some pops. And here are the bulk of the trades. Image leading to DC, then from DC to the Marvel omnibuses, then into the Marvel regular stuff.
Got Tony Stark hiding in the back there.
Didn't you borrow that at some point?
Yeah, you know, at work, I think it was my 10-year work anniversary. They let you have a little bit of a luncheon, so we did like a photo booth. So people got their picture with Iron Man.
I'm sure the real Iron Man's taller than that. Like, look at the size comparison. He's got to be taller than that.
I don't know. I don't think RD.
And not Robert. Well, Robert Downey Jr. is short.
I was gonna say, I think he's a slight man.
You know, he put lifts in that armor.
I would think if you're gonna invent your own armor, just add an inch or two.
Yeah,
on.
you're gonna throw a couple inches in there. And these are the PVC statues, which are great sellers because they are cheap. Usually around $50. The sculpting is great. The paint jobs are great. And if your cat or your toddler knocks it off the shelf, it's not going to break.
Or your toddler
So
cat.
this is where I really focus on as far as statue type things. Because $50, that's more of an impulse buy. You know, a $250 statue, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
So these tend to move pretty well.
A nice Weapon X one as well.
This is the all ages section.
Will somebody throw a hammer in your wall?
It lights up. Let's see.
Make sure I don't trip over anything.
There we go. How about that?
Yeah, I haven't read the recent volume of Thor, but I guess in the new run, because he's Herald of Galactus, maybe Mjolnir lights up now.
Yeah, I never turn it on because I know if I do, I'll forget to turn it off. It's probably a fire hazard.
Oh well. One way to find out.
The DC section, which is obvious from the giant DC sign there. DC, the current bane of my existence.
Wow, what's going on with DC?
Oh, lunar distribution. I don't want to get into it.
Oh.
We're making a happy video. These are the back issues. As you can see, my friend John here perusing.
I didn't get you on it, don't worry.
It's all right.
Okay. I'll put
You're going to have to sign like an NDA and all that. So, yeah.
So
What's left? What did we not see?
What's behind the curtain? The Forbidden Zone.
These curtains were actually custom made by my girlfriend, Nicole.
Very nice.
Back here, like I stated earlier, is mostly storage because I cannot put product here because it'd be so easy for somebody to just toss it over the stairs. Closet, nothing to see there. Bathroom, nothing to see there. Big old fridge, snacks, DVDs. This is my happy spot here. Big TV. So what I do if I need to do some administrative things or price up books or whatever, set up a folding table, turn on the TV. I got, you know, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, all of that. And I'll just pull up something to watch. I'll set up the folding table and I'll hang out here. When Justin's here, it's great because he could do the register and I can just hang out. If I'm here alone and I'm working out here, I can hear when the door opens. I pause whatever I'm doing, go out to the sales floor, and help the customers. So it's a good little spot. It's a little messy right now, but any comic shop worth its salt has pockets of chaos in it. This is my little pocket of chaos right now.
It's a good band name, Pockets of Chaos.
Pockets of chaos.
I should mention Shawn is a musician. I think you're in about, 40 bands at this point?
42 bands at this point.
2 of them happened just while we were walking around the shop.
Yeah, I just joined 3 more bands in the last 5 minutes. But yeah, so this is the bulk of it. My tiny empire. I love it, and it's slowly destroying me.
Like all good things.
Like all good things. No. It's one of those situations. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's being your own boss. It's got its own set of challenges. You can do whatever you want, and then you don't do whatever you want because you feel a crushing sense of responsibility to do the right thing as opposed to doing whatever you want. But in that vein, I am going to be closed tomorrow. I'm never closed on Sundays. Going to be closed, taking an extra day off just to relax.
Yeah. Today is Saturday, the May 29th. As Shawn says, he's usually open Sundays, not on Mondays. So
Always closed on Monday.
Always Mondays. But if people want to call, when should they not call?
Don't ever call. No, you can call whenever, especially if you want to buy stuff. No. It gets overwhelming sometimes, especially when Justin's not here. If I'm working alone and I've got 3 people waiting to get checked out and the phone's ringing and I'm emailing Lunar Distribution because they stink, and somebody's got a question about where can I find this. It gets a little overwhelming. The drinking helps. But again, that's the kind of thing you don't want to lean too heavily into that. But no, I love it. It's one of those things. It's the same as being a musician. I love being on stage and playing music. I hate rehearsing. I hate learning songs. I hate packing up all the gear and driving to the show and then breaking down the gear. It's those moments on stage. That's what I love. Same with here. I don't like getting up in the morning and getting ready and coming in and dealing with the distributors and dealing with high maintenance customers, but it's when I'm here. It's the second I open that door and I walk in, I go, this is what I like to do.
This is your kingdom.
It is. It's it's good enough. I dig it. It was never the plan to own a comic shop, but it was either I take it over or it goes away forever, and I couldn't let that happen.
Yeah, we would need, I think, a separate. I got to ask Anthony if he could ever do that. I think Anthony needs to tell the story of Fat Moose. I feel like he'd be better equipped than anybody.
Who? Anthony?
Yep.
Better equipped than me?
No. To direct it and film it.
You like
Yeah.
a documentary thing. Well, we're having talks about doing something of that nature. But yeah, so that's my store. It happened suddenly. Matt, the previous owner, told me on a Friday that he was going to announce on the next day, that Saturday, that he was going to close the shop, liquidate the stock, declare bankruptcy, Michael Scott style, I guess. And I said, give me 2 days. And within 2 days, I came up with a plan in which I took over the store. And so now it's my store. Yeah.
And I could tell you, as a customer, I mean...
Sing my praises. Sing my praises.
I don't know if you heard it. I was talking to Gene a little bit earlier, and I said to him, you know what it is? With each owner, I think there's been a different kind of phase.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So Elon, in my head, is well, this is just in my head. Elon is the founder, Scott's the entrepreneur, Matt's the boss, and you're the super fan.
Super fan.
What I appreciate with Shawn as an owner, and I have to say, is he brings enthusiasm and excitement to the hobby like you don't really see. And I don't know if that's
you flatter me,
still
sir.
wet behind the ears, so to speak, as an owner. I hope he never gets to that point where he's like,
Well, no, I mean, everybody said, not everybody, but people said, oh, you're going to own the comic shop, you're going to start to hate comic books. And I said, look, I've been a musician for 35 years. I don't hate music. I still listen to music. And I still love comic books. It's only been, a year and change since I took over, but my favorite thing to do on like a Monday night, I have Mondays off. I'm working from home anyway, but Monday evening, pour a nice glass of wild turkey, get a stack of comics, I sit on the couch and just read and get lost in these narratives, lost in these characters, in these worlds. And I don't think that's ever going to change. I may end up hating the comic book industry, halfway there, but I will never lose my love for the art form.
Has being an owner changed your perspective on the actual comics at all?
I almost like them more now because I can get anything I want. I'm in charge. I get that previews catalog. I'm like, 2 of these and 12 of those and 5 of these and 1 of these. I'll get this for Nicole. But my perspective on the industry, I've been working in comic shops since the mid-90s when I used to work for Pat Milligan at Pegasus Enterprises. So I know the business. I know the industry. I know a lot of the creators. So nothing's really changed other than just being tired all the time. That's it.
Have you had to do anything as a fan? Any kind of pitfalls like, all right, maybe I don't need to order 600 copies of Batman or
right. Well, yeah, you can't order based on what you like. You have to order based on what you think everybody else wants. It'd be easy to be like, well, I like Ghost Rider, so let's get 600 copies of this Ghost Rider one shot. It's not going to move. You really, and the biggest pitfall, and I've seen it happen to other people, is you can't, as they say, get high on your own supply. You can't put yourself first. Be like, I want this and I want that, and this is mine and that's mine. For example, you mentioned Gene. He was in earlier. I got in the other day the Man-Thing Omnibus, $125, big old hardcover with a ton of Man-Thing content. And as a child of the 70s, I loved reading Man-Thing, and it came in, and I said, mine. And I said, no. If you bring it home, it's just going to sit in a pile of unread stuff that you don't have the time for. Leave it out there for sale. And sure enough, today, Gene bought it. And he was so thrilled. He's like, I was just thinking, like, why isn't there a Man-Thing Omnibus? And I said, well, there you go, pal. And that's what you have to put the customer first. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. But it's the only way to keep your store going. That's it.
Very good. On that note, I know that we're running up on 21 minutes.
Jesus, really? Sorry. Very verbose today.
No problem. Any final thoughts for the YouTubers, all 10 of them who might watch this?
Well, to all 8 million of you, I appreciate watching this. But no, Phil, I like that you're doing your YouTube thing now. I watch your videos. And thanks for including me. I really, and if it drives at least even one person to come in and check out the shop, cool.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. I know that you certainly put your heart and your hard efforts into everything here. And hey, look, maybe if you're ever traveling in the Whippany, New Jersey area, right on Parsippany Road, why don't you give the address just in case?
50. You know what screws me up? My address is 35. The address here is 53, so they always get kind of flipped.
Oh, there you go.
53A, Parsippany Road, Whippany, New Jersey. A lovely town, full of potential.
And the shop itself is not too far from Route 10.
No, yeah,
right above laundromat, so you look up.
Bring your dry cleaning. Yeah, you got to get your pants pressed, and you want to get Amazing Spider-Man. This is the perfect location.
Or if you're a cosplayer and you have your Spider-Man costume, you can have your Spider-Man costume washed while buying Spider-Man.
While buying Spider-Man. Nice.
Shawn, thank you as always.
Thank you, Phil, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you again for checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. As soon as I started this channel, I know that I wanted to show off and really spotlight my LCS, Fat Moose Comics. Not only because it holds a special place in my heart, as I'm sure your LCS does for you, but just because to see a guy like Shawn, who is a true fan through and through, who is genuinely excited about comics and everything to do with comics, and really so much so where it's like an infectious excitement. You can't talk to Shawn without getting excited about comics in some form or another. When he took it over, it was just like you felt like something was right with the universe, like all the stars were aligned and everything clicked. So to see my good buddy Shawn just out there doing it, killing it, and loving what he's doing, despite all the hard work and despite the type of year that we've really had, is just a great feeling. If you do want to contact Shawn or Anthony Desiato, who has directed and filmed and really the creative mastermind, let's say, behind such award-winning documentaries as My Comic Shop Country and podcasts like Digging for Kryptonite. I've put all of their contact information in the details of this video below, and also where you can view some of their content as well. Thank you once again for checking this out. If you liked what you saw, please, as always, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. That really helps out, of course. And, of course, share this content with your friends and family and just random people you may know on social media. Thank you again for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace, love, and comics.